Welcome to Motivation for Monday. Today's motivation goes back over the last year or so to a phrase that I've used quite a bit on other people's blogs and comments I've left, and even on my own blog a few times, and that is drawing a line in the sand. Now, Lori from Finding Radiance also used the phrase of having a red line for her weight. It's the same concept, that there's a point that you're not going to go past. Some sort of barrier that you are putting in place that either you're not going to cross that barrier again, or that line in the sand means that other things aren't going to attack you through that line anymore. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, I'm looking at my own journey right now, folks. I've really let myself slip over the last month. I've not went after this with the same diligence that I went after it with over the last year or so. Once the holidays hit, I kind of lost my gusto for things, and unfortunately because of that, my weight has begun to creep back up. Well, I'm drawing a line in the sand right now. This is it. I'm not going any further. And not only that, but I'm also calling that my red line because I'm not letting my weight go any further. It's time for me to get myself back in line, to get myself back doing what I need to do. Now, have you put that line in the sand for yourself? Have you said that enough is enough? This is where it stops. I'm going back the other direction right now, and taking from Lori and making a red line weight at that same time that I'm not going over this weight. Well, folks, I'd love to say that my red line weight is less than it is right now, but the fact of the matter is I'm above red line if that's the case, so that's not where it is. But right now, my red line weight is exactly where I am today, and that's 198. I am not going above my red line weight, and this next week I'm going to do everything in my power to go back down. And when I do, my red line weight's going to go down. I have a goal to get somewhere better than where I'm at today, and I'm not going to get there without the diligence that I've had over the last year. So, be drawing your line in the sand. Be determining where you are at, where you're not going past anymore, and what your goal is as far as your weight and your fitness levels. And be sure that you're doing what it takes to achieve it. Be sure you're periodically checking in on yourself and making sure you haven't let yourself slip too far. It's very dangerous when we get in this point where we could be happy with where we're at the rest of our lives because we let our guard down, and once we let our guard down, we begin to lose some of that momentum, that inertia that we've talked about in previous videos, the things that are keeping us in line. We cannot lose that. I cannot lose that. If I do, then I begin to move back to where I came from. So the line is in the sand. I've got the red line weight set. Things are changing for the week coming up and the weeks coming up, and you're going to see much different weigh-in and measurements coming up over the next few months. Make it a great day.